Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me, your boy Eric, and I'm going to do a little bit of voiceover on most parts of this video because it was really windy down here in Southern Alberta. It was really bad, so we're going to be talking about modding the taillights. Well, we're not going to talk about it, we're going to do it. The 370Z taillight is, very iconic. It's amazing. What we can do is probably, VHD tint it, no. Vinyl wrap it, probably. Plastic dip it, definitely not. So we're going to be replacing the reverse taillight and the reverse bulb, the turn signal bulb. The rest of the taillight is LED already, so we're not going to replace that. But yeah, let's just get to it, I guess.
So for this project, we're going to start off with prying tools that I got from Amazon. You can check the description down below for the link and, help a brother out again. These are good investment, especially if you're that type of guy that likes to do DIY stuff on their car. It's just an urge to modify their car. So yeah, these are not that expensive. So go ahead, description down below, check it out, okay? So let's get rid of this mat, which is a really good mat. It has a foam down. It's a carpet and a foam. It's good for sound deadening. Put it away nicely. This chloroplast material is amazing as well. Look at that. I didn't know that they actually would use chloroplast inside. Getting rid of this foam part. Oh, and look at that. Spare tire. We're probably going to get rid of this because it's dead weight, because I'm planning to, I'm planning to do a new set of wheels anyway. So let's get rid of these, pop them out, open. Question is, how do you pop them out? Let's use a pry tool. That was easy. And make sure you keep tab of where they are. So there are 4 of these. 1, 2, and then the opposite side, 3, 4. What else? You gotta remove the molding. Literally just pull it off. And we don't need to go that far, I think. I guess we gotta go around it since we're removing 1, 2, 3 panels. Pull them off. Let's use a bigger pry tool. And as you get it off, unplug the bulb. Now it's off. So it's being held by 4 tabs. We're getting somewhere, so I just have to remove the other side. So we don't really need to remove this middle piece. As far as I'm concerned, it's connected to the bumper. So let's pull this one out. That was easy. Boom, removed. 1, 2, 3 bolts. It's being held by 3 bolts. It's a 10. Obviously, it's a 10. Probably an 8. Definitely an 8. $8mm of nut. So there's 2 bolts, 10mm bolts up here, and I don't know if you can see it. Can you see it? Yes, you can. Dang it! Light. Okay, and there's a nut right there that is 8 mils. Right? Oh, I see. I honestly hate these connectors. There you go. All right, so like I said, it was being held by 2 bolts, 1 nut right there, and these suckers, oh my god, it was a struggle, honestly. Yep, it was just those 2, but you know, they were intact, and so you know that it's not gonna go anywhere. And there's only one sucker that's powering it. All right. So if you remember whatever I said the last episode, when you remove panels, clean it up. All right. Great. Guys, so we got off both of the taillights, so that's great. Okay, so now I'll be working from the inside just because it's really windy out here. Like, I don't have any trees to block off the wind, so we're gonna go inside, clean them up, put the bulbs in, and then I have a surprise. Obviously, it won't be just a smoke tint. There's something else. So let's get in.
Alright guys, let's talk about the things that we're going to use. This one's a clay bar from Meguiar's with the spray. This one's the LED reverse light. This one's the turn signal amber color that requires load resistors. We don't really need that. I don't know why I added that. Some wrapping tools, glove and a squeegee, pliers, box cutter, a vinyl pattern one, and smoke tint. That's it. So before we get into it, we're going to put a cloth just to make sure we don't scratch the surface. This one's the reverse white LED light replacement for the reverse halogen bulb. It's on the top one, so let me just remove this from the packaging, pull out the existing one and compare. Make sure that you get the polarity right. If you don't know, well, just follow the wires. Black one's negative, the positive one's the colored one. So there it is. Make sure it snaps in. Put it back. Nice. Now let's locate the turn signal ones. Obviously that's not it, buddy, so just put it back. Probably struggle a little bit. Yep, there you go. Hit that one. Great. Pull it out. Yeah, just go to the description down below to see the shopping list. And yeah, make sure you cut away from you, not towards you. Pull out the existing bulb, replace it. The polarity doesn't really apply to this one, so either orientation works. I recommend not putting that back because you will need to pull it out again so that you have, you have wiggle room to work on installing your load resistor. Some other cars have a flasher module, like my previous 2012 WRX SDI has a flasher module that takes care of LED bulbs for your taillight or your headlights. I wasn't really sure about the 370s if it ever had a flasher module, but I'm just going to install this anyway. This one's a load resistor from the same company. How do you install it? You just tap onto the positive wire and the negative wire on both ends. One end to the positive, one end to the negative. Make sure you only install it in the turn signal, not the entire wires, because there's only one connector for the entire taillight. So I'm just gonna clay bar this because it's definitely dirty before installing any vinyl wrap or tint. So this one's from Meguiar's. I've always liked their products. This one helps to remove all the grime, dirt that you can't see. Do 4 or 5 passes of it. Make sure you get every nook, crevices. And you'll see it's gonna get dirty. I'm just gonna wipe it down with a microfiber towel, and then I will be spraying the rest. Well, not the rest, the edges and a few parts that are dirty with a nope, not a microfiber, that's a shop towel. And this one is the vinyl wrap pattern. It's honeycomb. I did it myself. I asked Velocity Signs from Lethbridge, Alberta to cut it for me, and I told them, hey, I'll just take care of removing the inner honeycomb patterns, so to keep the cost down. And as always, support local as much as you can. research in your local who prints vinyl or cuts vinyl, I mean. So 4 days ago I did this pattern. This is not the best way to do this pattern. I used Photoshop to do it. This was the only thing that I could think of how to do it. I could have used Illustrator, honestly. I just realized that. This pattern is 60 by 20 inches, enough for both taillights. So I did a 5x5 cutout to see if it works, and I was like, yeah, it looks fine to me. So now we're just going to remove that cloth, put a self-healing mat. Yeah. So after hours of removing the inner honeycomb and measuring the right amount of pattern I needed, and here it is. So I'm just going to use a painter's tape because I don't have any masking tape to mask these. So we're going to use the painter's tape or masking tape to use as a transfer, as you can see. And there is I actually ran a lot of problems with this. The taillight is definitely it's really difficult, there is a huge imperfection right over there. It was a challenge, and I actually enjoyed trying to figure out how to do this. So to adapt to the problem, I cut a few honeycombs out, a few lines to make it look more organic, not robotic. Yeah, so admire your work right now. So I'm just going to spray it again with a microfiber towel, get rid of all the dirt that I added on the lens, make sure all of your honeycombs are in place. Then you can install your smoke tint. Obviously you make sure you cut appropriate amount of materials. This one I'm just going to use the actual amount that I need because I'm planning to use it on a different project. So don't waste. Save your materials as much as you can. I'm just going to spray this with soapy water so I have a leeway on movement of the tint. I'm just going to heat it up, I'm not a professional. Even though I look like I know what I'm doing, no, honestly, no. I just, years of practice, I guess. Nobody taught me, just YouTube. I'm using a wrapping glove to protect myself from the heat when I'm pressing it down to the surface, because I definitely burnt myself and gave myself a few cuts back then. It's really difficult to wrap this taillight. There's a lot of grooves and recesses on the taillight, and I think that's one of the reasons why it's difficult to find any aftermarket support or aftermarket taillights for this car. So yeah, I mean, you could probably send it to a company and they'll retrofit it for you, but that's a really expensive path. I'm just doing a budget build here. So yeah, if you like this video so far, hit the like, guys. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit the subscribe and the bell so you know when I'm gonna be releasing a new video on this build. If you don't like it, just hit the dislike, I guess. And if you have any question, comment, feedback, hit me up in the comment section down below. So one taillight down. It's not perfect. I made sure that it's there. You know, that's what I wanted. I didn't remove, I didn't tint the reverse and the turn signal, just because I'm doing a post heat right now to make sure it's sealed tight. So now let's just put it back into the car. There you go. Admire your work. I actually really proud on this one. I never thought the execution would go well. Sometimes I surprise myself. So we're just gonna turn on the car. I don't know why I did that, honestly. I mean, you could have just like turned on the tail lights, but here we are. So the honeycombs are thin. I mean, I could have like made them thicker, but I guess this is, you know, it works out. I'm really proud of this. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you on the next episode, I guess.